Welcome to the Green Buildings newsletter. This is an update program on green buildings, green finance, green furniture and green materials in Vietnam real estate market. I'm editor Bao Anh, and to start the program, let's review the main highlights in August 2022. Vietnam Green Building Week 2022 is coming up. 900 billion Vietnamese dong in credit for green real estate projects. Energy shift towards green growth. Environmental criteria proposal for projects having green credit and issue green bonds. Proposing use of electrical buses for green transport development project. A boost to the green bond market. Following the success of the Vietnam Green Building Week 2021 event, Minister Nguyễn Thanh Nghị has just signed the decision to establish the organizing committee for the event Vietnam Green Building Week 2022. Vietnam Green Building Week is organized with the aim to raise awareness and responsibility of state management agencies, businesses, communities and individuals contributing positively to environmental protection and quality of life in urban areas and rural population areas. This is also an opportunity for the parties to share and exchange information and experiences on mechanisms, policies, technologies, equipment and materials to develop green buildings, green cities, energy saving and emission reduction projects adapted to climate change, promote sustainable development of urban, rural, real estate and building materials markets in Vietnam. Expectedly, Vietnam Green Building Week 2022 is taking place in the fourth quarter in Ho Chi Minh City. HSBC Vietnam has arranged a green credit of 900 billion Vietnamese dong for refrigeration electrical engineering joint stock company to develop E-Town 6 project. This is a high-rise office building project certified by LEED Platinum for sustainable design. This is also the first time HSBC has granted a green credit to a real estate project of a Vietnamese enterprise. General Director of REE Group said that the E-Town 6 project is the newest office building in the E-Town Cộng Hòa campus, expected to come into operation in the second half of 2023. This is an important project contributing to the development of green buildings, promoting sustainable production activities of Vietnam in general as well as businesses. At the same time, this transaction also contributes to the gradual realization of HSBC's commitment to support the arrangement of up to 12 billion USD of direct and indirect financing for sustainable projects of Vietnam and businesses in Vietnam until 2030. On the 17th of August 2022, the workshop Impact of COP26 on Energy Transition Towards Green Growth took place at Hanoi International Convention Center under the co-chair of the Ministry of Planning and Investment and the Ministry of Industry and Trade. The workshop took place covering many important and topical topics on energy transition towards green growth. At the same time, exchange, discuss and consult relevant entities on tasks and action to successfully implement the national strategy on green growth for the period 2021 and 2030, Vision 2050, ensuring national energy security, promoting socio-economic development in parallel with the implementation of a strong commitment to bring net emissions to zero by 2050 of the Prime Minister at COP26. This is also the beginning of a series of further events on the topic of green and sustainable energy transition in Vietnam, with the goal of bringing net emissions to zero by 2050. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment is drafting the Prime Minister's decision on the promulgation of regulation on environmental criteria and the certification of projects granted green credit and green bond issuance. The draft clearly states the requirement not to significantly harm other environmental objectives, including firstly, in accordance with environmental protection planning, provincial planning, local environmental technical standard and regulations. Secondly, comply with requirements on environmental impact assessment, environmental permit, and other requirements in accordance with the law on environmental protection. Thirdly, in accordance with the guidance of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, apply the green classification list to some specific projects or project categories. At the same time, credit institutions, foreign bank branches in Vietnam, and green bond issuers are responsible for considering and determining to grant green credit and issue green bonds according to regulations. The Department of Transport has just sent a report to the Ho Chi Minh City People's Committee on the proposal to select vehicle for the Green Transport Development Project. Accordingly, electric vehicle will be used for bus rapid transit Line 1 instead of pneumatic natural gas vehicle as previously planned. The reason for choosing electric buses, the Department of Transport say that the electrical vehicles are in line with the goals and roadmap of green energy transformation of the action program on green energy transition, reducing carbon and methane emissions of the transport sector approved by the Prime Minister in 2022. At the same time, the use of electrical buses for express bus route is in line with the development orientation of green public passenger transport in Ho Chi Minh City, creating a starting point for the modern and sustainable development of the city's public transport system as a premise for the development of this model in the future. At the same time, the Ministry of Transport also orients the development and use of public passenger transport vehicle by electrical vehicles in the period of 2025 to 2030. Recently, the corporate bond market recorded the first batch of green bonds issued in Vietnam market by EVN Finance. There are reviews that this is a big push for the green bond market, which is still modest and new. The event also opened the future of sustainable development of Vietnam's renewable energy sector. The issuance of green bonds is a global trend with the participation of major international financial institutions such as the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the Asian Development Bank, and is considered an important capital mobilization channel to meet capital need for sustainable growth. Therefore, green bonds will help Vietnam open new capital mobilization channels for long-term investment projects in the field of infrastructure and renewable energy that have not been fully met by traditional financial products. This is the end of Green Building newsletter in August 2022. Thank you for your attention. Please like and subscribe to update the latest information from SENVANG Real Estate. See you in the next Green Building Real Estate newsletter and have a nice day.